Hey there, psych goers. Welcome back. Do you have a friend who always seems to get their way? Do they often get what they want from you by any means necessary? Although it might seem like they just have a talent for persuasion, they may be using tactics that could be classified as manipulative. Manipulation is the act of controlling or altering other people's behavior and perception through deception and underhanded methods. While some forms of manipulation can be viewed as white lies to keep the peace, most forms of manipulation are considered negative and can have detrimental effects on those involved. To help you become more aware of these behaviors, here are 8 signs of a manipulative personality. No. 1. They make you question yourself. Have you ever been second-guessed yourself after talking to someone? A person with a manipulative personality has ways of making you question your own judgment and decision-making skills. By making you feel uncertain and doubtful, they make it easier for you to fall into their trap. This is because when you're not sure of your own thoughts and feelings, you're more likely to listen to someone else's suggestions and do things their way. Manipulators will use any means necessary to get you to question your own thoughts, whether it's planting seeds of doubt, twisting your words, or outright lying. But the end result is always the same: a person who is unsure of themselves and more susceptible to suggestion. Number 2. You constantly blame yourself for their actions. Are you always apologizing for things that aren't your fault? When you're being manipulated, it can be easy to take the blame for everything, even when it isn't your fault. Manipulators are experts at making you feel guilty for things that are out of your control. They will use tactics like gaslighting and emotional manipulation to make you feel responsible for their actions. For example, they may say something like, "You made me do it," even though it was their choice to do the thing in the first place. This constant sense of guilt and responsibility can be draining and exhausting. But it's important to remember that you are not to blame for someone else's actions. No. 3. You have low self-esteem. Does it seem like your self-esteem follows their mood? A person with a manipulative personality can cause you to have low self-esteem and erode your confidence over time. They will use tactics like criticism and humiliation to make you feel bad about yourself. This can make you doubt your abilities and feel like you're not good enough. For example, they may constantly criticize your appearance or tell you that you're not smart enough to handle a situation. This type of treatment can be very damaging and lead to long-term issues with self-esteem and confidence. If you notice that your self-esteem is taking a hit because of someone else's behavior, it might be time to take a step back and evaluate the relationship. Number 4. They never apologize. Does it ever seem like they're never sorry? An individual with a manipulative personality rarely apologizes for their actions, even when they are in the wrong. Instead, they may try to shift the blame onto someone else or make excuses for why they can't apologize. This lack of accountability can be frustrating and upsetting, especially when you're trying to maintain a healthy relationship with them. It can also be confusing, since you may not understand why they're unwilling to take responsibility for their actions. Ultimately, this unwillingness to apologize can be a sign of a manipulative personality. No. 5. They use guilt trips to get their way. Do you often find yourself doing things out of guilt? Manipulators will often use guilt trips to get what they want. This can be a difficult tactic to spot, as manipulators are often skilled at making you feel guilty for not doing what they want. They will use tactics like playing the victim or bringing up past mistakes to make you feel bad. For example, they may say something like, "I'm so disappointed in you. I thought you would be there for me, even when you've done nothing wrong." It can be challenging to deal with this kind of manipulation, but it's important to remember that you should never feel guilty for not doing something you don't want to do. Number 6. They isolate you from your loved ones. Does it seem like they're keeping you away from the ones you love? A person with a manipulative personality may try to isolate you from your loved ones. This can be a subtle tactic, as manipulators often try to make it seem like they're helping you by keeping you away from certain people. They may say things like, "Those people are bad for you," or "You're better off without them." This tactic can be extremely damaging, as it can sever your relationships with the people who care about you the most. If you notice that someone is trying to keep you away from your loved ones, it might be a sign of manipulation. Number 7. They lie and deceive. Does it ever seem like they have a secret up their sleeve? A person with a manipulative personality is often skilled at lying and deceiving others. This can be a difficult tactic to spot, as manipulators are often able to keep their lies hidden. They may lie about small things to make themselves look better, like saying they've been working late when they've actually been at a bar. Or they may lie about bigger things, like cheating on you to cover up an affair. No matter the size of the lie, it's important to be aware of the warning signs of deception so that you can protect yourself from being manipulated. And number 8, they keep you on the hook with future faking. Are they always promising you something better around the corner? Future faking is a tactic often used by manipulators to keep their victims on the hook. This involves making promises about the future that never come to fruition. For example, they may promise to change their behavior and then not follow through. Or they may dangle the possibility of a reward in front of you and then just keep you waiting. This tactic can be incredibly frustrating and exhausting, as it keeps you stuck in a cycle of hope and disappointment. However, it's important to remember that real change can only happen when the manipulator is willing to put in the work to change their behavior. Being manipulated by someone can be an unsettling and distressing experience. It's important to be aware of the signs of a manipulative personality so that you can protect yourself from being taken advantage of. If you suspect that you or someone you know is being manipulated, reach out to a mental health professional for help. With the right support and guidance, you can learn how to recognize and cope with manipulation and take steps to create healthier relationships. Did you find this video insightful or educational? Tell us in the comments below. Please like and share it with friends that might find value in this video too. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content. All the sources used are added in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.